Hello and welcome guys to the last tutorial of Numpy. In this tutorial it will be very much fun because we will be seeing so many concepts here. So inspecting the structure and the content of array, slicing and computation time in between Python and Numpy. So let's start where we stopped. So basically before we jump into understand the structure, so why we need a structure? Because when we have a large very big a moderately sized array of let's say 1000 into 1000 uh, uh, large, so that time you don't, so suppose you don't know the size but you want to know what is the size of array, what is the dimension of that array, what is the data type has been used. So that time you will do what, you will inspect the structure, or you can say analysis basically. Okay, so that time it is very useful to the structure of your array at like what is the data type has been used. So let's create an array and see how you will be inspecting all those things. Okay, so let's say I am creating an array, random array of size 1000 into let's say 1000 into 5000, or no, 5000 will be too big, let's say 1000 into 100. Okay, so we have created our random array. Now let's print it. So you can see, right, it has been created. Now you want to inspect. So so how you will do it? Okay, so first of all let's access one of the array in this random array. So that time what you will do, you will do slicing. So I think slicing I have already told you how to do it, but I will see in depth here. So before we jump into that, let's understand how how we print length, structure, all those in NumPy array. So first of all let's use print. Now what you want shape. Okay, so print shape comma your array dot. So basically every array has some built-in method, that is shape. So what shape does, it will tell you what is the number of row and column it has. Okay, now we'll see dimension. Okay, dimension. So for that we have another built-in method, that is ndim. So it will tell you what is the dimension. Okay, now another we have data types. Okay, so you'll use d type, and last one is you want to know the size of items. Okay, so that time you will use item size. Okay, so item size is item size. Now if I print this, it will show you all of them. So like I told you, it will tell you how, what is the shape of our array. So obviously we defined 1000 into 100, so that is the actual shape of our array. Now what is the dimension? Obviously it is a two-dimensional array. Okay, now what is the type of data type has been used? Okay, the type of data type is float 64. And what is the item size? Item size is 8. What I mean by 8 is, so it is telling you what is the size of item for given one block. So for given one block, the size, the item, the storage that is taking is 8 byte. Okay, so that is what basically it tells. Okay, so if you change the data type, obviously the item size will increase. So let's say I change it to d type equal to float 128. Okay, float 32, let's say. Okay, oh, I have to write np. Okay, I think it is not supported. Yeah, sorry, in random we can't pass data types, so let's leave it. So basically the basic key takeaway from here is, this is how you will be analyzing your particular NumPy arrays. So now let's come to 3D arrays. Okay, since we can only see one dimensional, two dimensional array, 3D is not like it will be like feasible, but I will show you how to read a three-dimensional array. Okay, so let's start here. So generally we can't directly just create 3D array, we have to use 1D array to create the 3D array. So what we will do, we'll create first 1D array. So let's say array 3D equal to this is how we define a 1D array, right? Arrange, you need 24 numbers. Okay, now if I print this, it will give you 23 numbers. Now we have, there is one method, built-in method, that is reshape. So reshape will help us achieve converting the existing 1D array to 3D array. Okay, so let's see. And also I'll tell you how to read 3D array. It's not like it will have 3 layers or like that. So dot reshape. Now what is the shape of array you want. Okay, so the shape that you will be defining, it must it must comply with the number of element you have in your 1D array. Okay, so I want 3 by 4 let's say array. Okay, now 3 into 4 is 12. Okay, now you have to also pass the another axis, that is 2. So basically this is also called number of blocks you want. Okay, how many blocks you want, and the size of your array 3 by 4. Now if I run this, it will show you total element is 24. Now how we read it? So the very last axis that we have has 4 element. This is by row. By row, if you take it as an example, so if you go from left to right, you have 4 elements. Okay, and if you go from top to bottom, you have 3 elements. And now you see 2 boxes, they are like 2 blocks. Okay, 1 block each, so that's why I defined 2. So if you multiply it, it will come 24, and this is how you will be defining. And let's say you are so if you're getting confused, so that time what you will use n dimension method to check whether they are actually 3D or not. So let's assign it to 3D, and now you'll check the n dimension of this array. Okay, now you'll see 3, because we have defined 3-dimensional array, that's why it is returning me 3D. Okay, so this is how you will be reading any array. Okay, even it is 2D, 3D, you have to take care of these things into consideration. Okay, now we'll look into slicing methods. Okay, how we do slicing in array. Okay, so let's define array. Okay, arr equal to np dot arrange, let's say 20 numbers. Okay, so now we have array of 20 numbers. Now we'll apply slicing to it. Let's say you want to access a particular index by using index. Okay, so let's type print arr of I want to access this particular index. Okay, so you'll type 7, or let's say you want to access 0th element. Okay, you want to access 1 element. So this is how, like same, I mean we have seen examples in previous tutorials also. The same way you can use slicing into here. Let's say you want you only want values from 5th index. Okay, so what you will do, 5, and you will paste colon. So 5 onwards it will print you. Now you want, let's say, up till 5. Okay, so you will pass colon, and you want the end index should be 5, so it will show you up till 5. Okay, now let's say you want in between 5 to 10 only. So this is how you will use slicing basically. So this is how slicing works. It is like as simple as we were seeing in list tutorials, list data structure. So this is how simply it works. Okay, now we'll see some multi-dimensional array examples. Okay, so you will define again another array. So arr equal to, let's say, np dot array, you'll pass the elements 1 2 3 1 2 3 3 2 1. Okay, and everything will be enclosed inside the final list. Now it is a 2D array. Okay, so also, like, if you want to increase the dimension, you just have to add square brackets, and obviously the dimension of that particular array will increase. For currently the dimension is 2D array, so after adding one more square bracket, it will go to 3D array. Okay, so this is how you will be increasing dimension. So let's leave it that for now. For now, let's do the multi-dimensional indexing. So basically, let's say you have an array. Now you want to access some of the particular indexed item. Now let's say you want to access this item. So what you will do, you will basically index it like this: print what array you want to access, this access which row, 2th row, 2th item. Okay, okay, 2nd row. Okay, no, not this way. So you want to access this, right? So if you face any problem, you can Google it, but basically just remember one thing: it starts from top. Okay, so if it starts from top, so we have to give index of column first. So I'm saying column and row because it is easy to convey. So in basically array there is no row column, so just remember that it will come inside data frames, which is in Pandas tutorial. So we'll see that later, but yeah, just keep in mind, I'm just keep telling row and column just because it is easy to tell, so that you guys also understand. From top we take it take it every particular section as a column, like 113 is one column, 222 is another column, like this, and this particular section is row. From left to right you can say rows, or from top to down you can say columns. Okay, now you want to access this element, right? So first what we have to pass, we have to pass the index of column. So index of column is 2. Now what you want to access, you want to access this element. So obviously in array it starts with 0, right? So what you will pass, you will pass 1 and you will see 3. Okay, it is coming to, okay, for 0 2 2 comma 2 giving me 1. Okay, okay, I want to access first basically row. Oh, I forgot, basically I mean obviously I was thinking from 1 it starts. Okay, no, it starts from 0, so that's why we are accessing the second row. That's why we have to give 1 uh, uh, I mean uh, uh, I mean element 1 because it starts from 0, and column equal to 2 from 0 1 2, and that's how you will be accessing each of the element in a array. Okay, now let's say you want to slice all the row from third column, okay, or let's say first column. So how you will do it? So you'll do it like this: print ar. Now you want the third column, all the item of third column, so you'll pass this. So you can see 331 came from third column, and same way you can do it for first column. Okay, oh, sorry, second column, that is 222, and this is how you will be accessing. Now let's say you want to access row wise. Okay, so that time what you will do, you'll do the same thing, but instead of passing colon to there, it will be here. Okay, now you will pass which row? Second row I want 1 2 3, so it has given me sorry, I want the first second row, so that's why 1 2 3 it has given me. So this is how slicing work in Numpy. So you have to keep practicing, so it will like help you master this Numpy operations. So this is how it is done in basically Numpy. So now what we are left with, we are left with, I think, computation times. Okay, so I would say, because it starts with 0, don't get confused to access a specific item. It's just a matter of time. You will start considering everything starts with 0 instead of 1, so that's why it takes time, but no worries about that. So let's now go to our last program, that is let's understand how much time it takes. So we'll create two lists, and we'll do list multiplication, and we'll store the computation time. Okay, so let's start. Okay, list 1, list 2. So we are defining two lists in which it will have I for I in range of, let's say, 10,000 items, or let's say 1 lakh item. Okay, now in the second list, what I am doing, I will do multiplication or say a square. Okay, j square for j in range 1 lakh. Okay, now we'll import another method, time, so that we can capture how much time it is taking. Okay, now we have defined two lists. Okay, j is not defined. Okay, we have defined two lists. Now what we'll do, we will start our time here. Okay, to start our time, what we have to do, we will store it inside t0 variable. So time dot time method will start that time. Okay, at that time. Now we'll create product list, which will capture our multiplication. Product list equal to, again, list map lambda function. I hope you already remember this code. Okay, so this is how we do multiplication to y. You have to pass both the lists. Okay, now what we'll do, again, after calculation, we'll again capture how much time it took. Okay, and we'll do the subtraction, t1 minus t0. Okay, it will give us how much time it took basically to run that particular line of program, product list. Okay, so it will tell us how much time it took. Now this was list way of doing it. Now let's say we also want to check numpy way. Okay, so numpy way, you remember, right? We have to first convert it to array. Okay, to make it simpler, let's just name it a equal to np dot array, and you will pass the name of that particular list. Now what you will do, create again b with the say with the list 2, and remember what we have done, we just have to multiply that particular two numbers. Okay, so again we have to capture the times also. So here a into b. Okay, so that's how this is how I mean simple it is to do in numpy. Now we'll print it. Okay, so let's print it. So first of all we defined this, it took around 0.02 second. Okay, and it took 0.01 second. So now let's say we want to see how much time it took for list way and numpy way, the ratio basically. So what you will do, you will divide it basically. So it is saying 1. Okay, I mean stored in same variable, that's why. Okay, let's rerun it. I think it took, I mean, so fast that it has processed everything within like 0 second, and that's why we are not able to find the I mean ratio also. So just think that way, this is how fast it is to calculate. So let's increase the number zeros inside 1 so that way we can see how much difference it is. Okay, now you can see defining it is also like taking so much time. Now we will be able to see difference. Okay, it took 2 second. Okay, and it took 0.04 second. Now we'll see the ratio. Okay, do you see it took 44 times, I mean the list way took 44 times more time than the numpy way, and this is how you can see how fast numpy is. Okay, so hope things are clear in numpy. Now in the next tutorial we will be starting pandas, and this is how we'll go one by one, understanding each and every concept, so that you get very clear about like what all built-in method we have available, and you will be easily able to do all different type of analysis. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.